Chapter 34. You know me? Asked Late, looking at the eye. It would be more correct to say, this one can sense what Lady Seraph is. The voice corrected Late. It pleases this one to see this one's creator's final manifestation of us angels. The pinnacle. The Seraph. Creator, huh? You remember Veldanava Sama? Late concluded based on their conversation. This one and the others not only remember the creator. This one has been ordered to watch over this universe by the creator. The voice said with a proud tone. Others? Late repeated. Indeed. This one and the others were created thousands of years ago to watch over the universes the creator made. So you're the original overseers of universes. While it honors this one to hear Lady Seraph state that. This one is not. This one is merely watching. Only allowed to interact when the universe is in the verge of destruction. Otherwise this one merely watch as time progresses. The voice said, I see. Late nodded in understanding. If Lady Seraph has honored this one with her presence, does that mean the creator has new orders for this one? The voice asked with a hint of happiness in its voice. Unfortunately no. Late explained to the eye why she is here. And about Rimuru being the overseer granted by Veldanava. This one understands. It would seem as this one presumed. The creator has forgotten this one. The voice said with a sad tone, the eye losing the excitement. It once had. If you'd like, I could talk to Veldanava Sama about you and the others. Late suggested, looking at the eye with pity. With her ultimate skill, she can empathize with all creatures that possess emotions. The eye in front of her is someone that has been alive for so long. Emotions have sprouted. That would hinder Lady Seraph's work. This one could not possibly disturb Lady Seraph as this one is already doing. The voice said, though its tone betrays it as Late sense expectations. Don't worry about it. I am doing it on my own will. Besides, my master is someone who wouldn't mind what I do. Late smiled, reassuring the eye. Late opened a gate towards the cardinal world and waved her hand to the eye. I'll tell you immediately what we have talked about. This one thanks the primordial one. Late passed through the gate and started flying towards Veldanava's home. Late. It's been decades. Did you need something? Veldanava asked as he saw Late. Hello, Veldanava Sama. Late bowed. Actually, I have something to talk to you about. Late explained about the angels he had ordered to watch universes. Oh, they still live? Veldanava said with a surprised tone as the two sat down to two chairs in the gazebo. You remember them? Late asked, curious by Veldanava's surprise. Of course I do. They are the prototype to you primordials, or more specifically the entire angel race. Veldanava explained. So that's what he meant with Creator's pinnacle of angels. Late voiced out, taking her cup and taking a sip. So how many of them are left? Veldanava asked curiously. Huh? What do you mean by that? How many are there to begin with? I've only met one. Late questioned. I think I made. Veldanava placed his cup down and thought deeply. 5 cherubim and 10 thrones. The rest lower-ranking ones should be in the million in total. Late was wide-eyed by the revelation. That many of them. But they're spread out, so the number is reasonable actually. Veldanava reasoned, looking at Light's shocked face. The cherubim and thrones guard one universe each. The rest of the angels are distributed to other universe in groups of 10,000 per universe. Late processed the information Veldanava just dumped on her. That would mean at least 100 universes are guarded. Late said, looking at Veldanava. But didn't you say there are more than 1,000 universes? Why only guard 100? Late questioned Veldanava's reason for not giving guardians to the other universes. Veldanava smiled dryly as he answered. Remember, those angels and universes are both prototypes. Rimuru should have mentioned that I don't value them as much as the cardinal world and its inhabitants. I was done with experimenting in what they can and can't do. I gave them jobs since I didn't want to kill them unnecessarily. Light's aura flared, destroying the gazebo in the process. 3 seraphim rushed and have their blades at Light's neck. Calm down, Dino. You too as well. For someone as lazy as you. You sure can travel to the Heavenly Star Palace from the Cardinal World really fast, Veldanava said, with a wry smile to the seraphim. The seraphim not letting their sights leave Light as they lower their weapons. Meanwhile, Light can be seen glaring at Veldanava. I'm surprised. Do you care for them that much? Veldanava asked curiously. I thought Rimuru is the only thing that can make you draw your sword at me. It is about Rimuru-sama. You said that you gave them jobs because they weren't necessary anymore. Is that how you see Rimuru-sama as well? Light angrily answered. Wait, you misunderstand. Veldanava said. I don't think of Rimuru like that. Calm down and think about it. I gave him a name. Have my younger sister at his side and I don't even know where he is right now doing who knows what. Do you think I don't value or trust him that I'd throw him away? In fact, I'm offended. I see him as a friend. Veldanava explained, crossing his arms. Light sighed and sat down. The other seraphim returned to the cardinal world except for Dino, who stayed behind, standing behind Veldanava. I'm sorry for my outburst. I wasn't thinking clearly when I noticed the similarities of their situations. Rimuru-sama is taking his job seriously, and when I thought it was for nothing I blanked out. Light said, bowing her head, apologizing sincerely. Ha! For someone with ultimate skill. Cassiel, I guess this checks out. Whatever, I don't mind. If someone I thought that highly was doing their best as well and someone said that, I would be angry too. About those angels. Quote, do they have to continue watching over the universes? Light asked. Rimuru-sama said he needed more people and those angels can be useful for him. Veldanava, understanding what Light is getting to, replied. They don't necessarily have to. If you want, you can recruit them under your wing. Tell them I give them permission. I see. Thank you once again. A.N. Don't think too deeply on Light's action here. I did it only based on her character. Obviously she'd get angry. Also to introduce Dino in the story. Blank. And that's how it went. Light finished retelling the events to the eye in the sky. Quote, ... Quote. Something wrong? Light asked, tilting her head. This one cannot comprehend that an angel of the Creator can oppose the Creator like that. Especially from a primordial. The voice said, astonished by what he heard. I'm unique. That was all Light said and would say to the eye. This one sees. No matter. If Lady Seraph would be so kind as to accept this one under Lady Seraph's patronage, this one would be honored to serve a primordial such as Lady Seraph. The eye closed and started to disappear from the sky. Soon a blinding light started to appear in the sky and descended to the ground. A man with 4 different heads appeared from the blinding light. He took a knee as he touched the ground, lowering his head with his gaze looking at the ground. This one is one of only 5 cherubim of the prototype generation of angels. The name this one was bestowed upon is Gamaliel, with the title of Angel of Protection and Strength. The man said while prostrating. Once again this one humbly asked to be placed under Lady Seraph's wing and serve Lady Seraph to the end of this one's existence. And to that eye, one of only 8 seraphim of the cardinal generation. The name bestowed is Light. Accept your request, Late replied with a calm and serene voice matching the mood. This one lives to serve. Once the formalities are finished, the two talked about the rest of the angels of the prototype generation. This one has been capable of communication with the other cherubim and thrones before. Now, however, this one could only contact 2 thrones and no one else. Please forgive this one's incompetence. Gamaliel apologized. No need. To be able to communicate with 2 thrones from a different universe is already amazing. Late reassured Gamaliel, to which he simply accepted the compliment. While this one can communicate with them, unlike Lady Late, this one cannot travel to other universes. This one and the others merely converse to circulate information. Not to worry. We have been through many universes. Do you know the coordinates of their universe? Late asked. This one does not. However, this one can contact the others to reveal their coordinates. Gamaliel could be seen contacting the 2 thrones, asking them for their coordinates. Once Gamaliel knew the coordinates, he hung up and revealed it to Late, to which she asked some of the sirens to look for gates that are connected to those universes. Soon a siren appeared through the gate and handed several keys to Late. Late Sama, the siren bowed. These are the keys to the 2 universe that you have requested. Thank you. You can return now. The siren nodded and stepped back to the gate which she came from. Gamaliel only watched in the side. Lady Late works for different individual from the creator. This one recalls Lady Late mentioning it earlier. Gamaliel uttered. That is correct. I am working for Rimuru Saima, a primordial demon. Late informed Gamaliel as she walked to him with the keys in hand. Quote exclamation mark. A demon? Surely you jest, Lady Late. Gamaliel said with a shock expression on his face. Late saw this expression and sighed. If there are prototype angels, then prototype demons would have been born as well. I guess his impression on them is bad, huh? Is there a problem? Late said with a blank expression to Gamaliel, while her eyes held strong emotion, slightly scaring Gamaliel. Certainly not. This one was merely shocked that an angel would serve a demon. If this one may ask, is it from Lady Late's generation to which this demon is born? Quote, show some respect. Rimuru Saima is no mere demon. Late glared at Gamaliel. He shuddered under her gaze and looked down to break free from eye contact. This one apologizes, Lady Late. This one was merely were. Your worries are not needed. If you serve me, you must learn to respect my master as well. Understood? Late stated. Understood. Late used one of the keys to recreate a gate from thin air. Come. Gamaliel followed silently behind her. Soon the two are walking in a world filled with floating islands. How will this go then, Gamaliel? Late looked to Gamaliel's direction, asking what they should do next. Gamaliel bowed his head and stepped forward. Lady Late need not do anything. This one has already contacted the one that presides this universe. Apollyon, we are here. Quickly before Lady Late loses her patience waiting. Internally, Gamaliel was panicking with knowing in just a few minutes after serving how scary Late is when angered. I am coming, Lord Gamaliel. Soon a man wearing a white suit appeared in front of the two. An astronomical sphere with eyes floating where the head should be. The man who appeared immediately kneeled to the two in front of him. Lord Gamaliel, I have come as per your summons. If I would presume, the one with you to be Lady Late? He asked while still kneeling. Indeed, Apollyon. Lady Late here is a primordial seraph of the Creator. Gamaliel presented Late to Apollyon. I am honored to be in your presence, Lady Seraph. Apollyon stood up. Have you been given the details of why I am here? Late went straight to the point. I have been given the details of everything that is needed to be known. Lord Gamaliel has vowed to serve Lady Seraph. And this Lady Seraph wishes for my servitude as well. Apollyon answered Late's question politely. And your answer? Do not be pressured, as I do not want subordinates who do not follow me willingly. Late made sure to make this clear. Subordinates that are forced to submit will only be a burden than an asset. I am one of only 10 thrones of the prototype generation of angels. The name this one was bestowed upon me is Apollyon, with the title of Angels of the Abyss. I humbly accept to be under your servitude. I, one of only 8 seraphim, of the cardinal generation. The name bestowed is Late. Accept your request, Late replied. I thank you for accepting. Lady Late. I live to serve. Serve you shall. The 3 of them went to the next world by opening another gate. Gamaliel and Apollyon followed behind Late. After passing through, a person is already waiting for them. How do you know where to wait? Late asked curiously. Mitzrael was contacted by Lord Gamaliel of Lady Seraph's next coordinates. Mitzrael hurriedly came and awaited for Lady Seraph's arrival. The person said, speaking in third person. She was a person that has blindfolds in her eyes and rings with eyes at the top of her head. She has her hand in a praying position as she weeps. Finally, Mitzrael can once again be of use to someone Mitzrael deems its master. Mitzrael immediately got on both her knees, maintaining her praying hands as she bows. Mitzrael is one of only 10 thrones of the prototype generation of angels. The name this one was bestowed upon is Mitzrael, with the title of Security and Intelligence. I humbly request to be of use to Lady Seraph. Late nodded. I, one of only 8 seraphim, of the cardinal generation. The name bestowed is Late. Accept your request. Mitzrael thanks Lady Late's generosity. Mitzrael weeps tears of joy. Now that you 2 are recruited. This one asked, do you have any contact with THW others? Gamaliel asked the 2 thrones. Mitzrael raised her hand before speaking. Mitzrael was contacted by both Kandaliel and Kerubiel around 100 years ago. The others looked at Mitzrael's direction. What did they say to you? Apollyon asked. Be careful of the world-destroying dragon, is what the 2 said before Mitzrael lost contact. Do you recall the coordinates? Late asked. Mitzrael nodded her head as she said the coordinates. Late immediately ordered to the sirens to look for keys with those universes. After looking, the sirens only found one where Kandaliel is supposed to be from. They went to the universe where Kandaliel was supposed to reside. After waiting for an hour in the universe and sending out signals and communications to call Kandaliel, what arrived wasn't what they expected. It was not Kandaliel, but a flock of angels. Are you sure that this was Kandaliel's coordinates, Mitzrael? Gamaliel looked at Mitzrael's direction, who was nodding her head. She was confused as well. The angels soon all kneeled to them. Why are the angels here? Where is Kandaliel? Asked Mitzrael to the angels. Kandaliel Sama, Kerubiel Sama, Zafkiel Sama, as well as Yael Sama have all perished in battle. One of the angels explained. The others were shocked by this revelation. All of those are throne class individuals except for Yael, which is a cherub class. The angels further explained that one day, suddenly a gate opened in their universe. There came out the world-destroying dragon, Ivaraj. What came with it is a group of angels fighting it to make sure it doesn't cross to other universes. And yet they failed. They then followed Ivaraj to the other universe to support and lessen the damages of the other side. They met up with the guardian of that universe, which is Kerubiel. Karubiel accepted the support of the angels as they tried to protect the worlds from Ivaraj's destruction. Keyword tried, as they would always fail to stop its rampage. They had to prioritize their lives, as there won't be anyone left to fight if they perish. Thus they conserved their strength and valued their lives more than the worlds they swore to protect. This happened a couple of times. Soon more than 100,000 angels are part of the group. With them a 3 throne-class individual, and the one leading them was Yael, who is the only cherub in the group. After shamefully conserving their strength for a long time, they have finally decided to fight Ivaraj with all they have. The result? It was a slaughter. The angels in the 100,000 dropped like flies. The thrones also started to die of one by one. Yael Sama was heavily injured in the battle. We decided to retreat and keep Yael Sama alive. The angel continued the story as the others listen. His head was down as he shamefully recalled the events that followed. Out of the 100,000 angels, more than half have died in battle. The survivors of the battle retreated as they sacrificed their lives to make sure Yael retreated. In the end, Ivaraj caught up and managed to finish of Yael from a bit of distance with its breath. The surviving angels that were assigned to protect Yael, shameful as it was, retreated as they were filled with intense emotions of regret and hatred. We are those angels. We accept any punishment that would befall upon us this instant. The angel bowed, joining his fellow angels who were kneeling in the ground. Raise your heads, Late said with a calm tone. Punishment has already been given to all of you. The angels looked towards Late with a confused expression. Late ignored their expressions and continued. The emotions that you feel, the overwhelming hatred, regret, and humiliation that you have been feeling for 100 years. Death is the only judgment for you who lives while your comrades fell. However, meaningless death will only squander and shame your comrades that have died. Do you want their deaths to be meaningless? Quote. No. Quote. Do you want to feel the humiliation that you've experienced before? Quote. No. Quote. Do you want to die a meaningless death or a death filled with purpose? Quote. Death filled with purpose. Quote. That is good. For if you die a meaningless death, the lives of those before you will be meaningless as well. I will give you a meaningful death. Late gestured with her right hand laid in front like asking the angels to take her hand. However, a quick death does not befit those that have failed. Before having a meaningful death, you must first live a meaningful life. I can give you a meaningful life. A life that when it is time to die you will be able to stand before your comrades and say that I did not waste your lives, that your deaths had meaning. The angels' gazes are all fixed on Late and her words. It must have felt like a burden was removed from their shoulders. Another emotion that they did not realize they were feeling was survivor's guilt. Late has given them both a purpose as well as a goal for the future. Unbeknownst to everyone present, Late has been lacing her words with her ultimate skills, sub-skills, emotion manipulation and thought suggestion. With this, I have some subordinates that I have recruited. They should be moderately strong and useful. I wonder how will Rimuru-sama praise me for this. I can't wait. To be continued.